a night.
I'm
really happy to hear that. I really, really am. And the one question that I would have for you, Diane, as your coach is, what did you do to create those opportunities? And whatever the answer to that is, do that more.
I talk too much.
Well, here's the thing that I don't agree with. Be prospecting based and marketing enhanced. And being prospecting based, and I watched James' call this morning, and my one aha was when Gary wrote Shift, he changed the model. I don't know how many of you know that, but when he wrote the MREA, the model was to be marketing based and prospecting enhanced. And when he wrote Shift, he changed that to being prospecting based and marketing enhanced. And talking to people is being prospecting based. 20 conversations a day is prospecting based. Keep doing that. I heard, Diane, so I'm a spy, I'm watching you. I heard that you had shared that you've got this marketing plan that you've been working on, and that's amazing. And I would encourage you to focus on the prospecting side of your business first, master that, and then add marketing.
Yeah.
And they were able to find her off of Command also, right? You got them agents from Command?
Oh, well, oh, okay. No, this had nothing to do with KW agents. This is people.
Okay.
Even the the one from Colorado was the agent who sold us the house in Gainesville 14 years ago. She moved to Colorado and called me.
There you go.
So it's just
there
wild.
You go. There you go. Make sure she's in command. Make sure you launch a 36 touch smart plan with her, because there's more opportunities coming from her if you stay in touch with her.
Yeah.
All right. Who's next, guys?
Well, you must have already seen my flowers.
Oh, I saw your flowers.
I saw them too.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're
Beautiful.
pretty.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Yes. Proud of you.
Yes.
And 4 years of follow-up with an expired listing. Yeah. That's how it's done, girl.
Thank you.
That's how it's done. That's the definition of no does not live in my vocabulary. No simply means not yet.
Yeah.
People will not make a new decision, but what they will do is make a new decision based on new information. And all you needed to do was hang in there long enough in order to give those individuals, the owners of that property, the opportunity to make a new decision. And because you created emotional proximity, the new decision was to hire you.
Right. That was good.
It's not just a cool script that we end every call with. It's truth.
Yes.
All right. Who's next? Tell me something good.
John, I'll share.
Yes.
So I got a phone call the other day in regards to a rental for I think I had it for 4,000 that had already rented, called me off the internet using the bold script that we were taught for sign calls or calls that come in. Really helped me convert him. And not only did I convert him and got an accepted offer on a $6,000 rental a month, I also just got him pre-approved, and he's going to be purchasing instead for $750. So it made me go back to like the basics of those simple calls. Like, I just love that bold script so much for calls that come in. So if anybody doesn't have that for sign calls, need more listings to be able to get those calls.
There you go, girl. Proud of you.
That's great, Sarah.
I've got my bold book right here. What bold script is that?
That's the one where they're calling on your sign, and instead of you giving them the information right away, say, oh, that's a great house. Everyone's been calling on that one. Or while I'm looking up that information, how many bedrooms were you looking for, or what price did you want to stay under? Because if you just give them the price right away, then you just gave them everything they wanted. They're just going to hang up. So if I say that place was already gone, then they're going to hang up on you. So then the goal is to ask as many questions. And I love when they say, you don't know your inventory, you don't know your listings. Unfortunately, we actually have a lot of listings. And I'm just looking, I want to make sure I'm giving you the right information. So while I'm looking that up, and you just keep asking questions.
There you go. There you go. Good job, Tara.
So on that note, I'll go ahead and share. I uploaded 3 listings yesterday, 2 rentals and 1 quadplex, and I got a phone call last night. We negotiated the offer verbally, and I'm just waiting on a signed contract. So I may have had my very first one-hit wonder. Is that what you guys call it? One-hit wonders?
I've heard that. I've heard that. Yep. Yep. I won't tell you what I call it. I got in trouble for it. All right, who's next?
John, this morning, just before this call, I called up my client to sing happy birthday to her. And she said, oh, by the way, we want to sell our house and buy another one.
Ooh.
I love that. I love that. So here's what I heard. Call 5 people today and sing happy birthday.
Even if it's not their birthday.
Sure. Yeah. Rewrite the words to happy birthday, by the way. We've got to figure it. We've got to add in there somewhere. And if you have a home to sell, happy birthday to you. And if you have a home to sell. All right. Love it. Who's next? And you got me to sing, which is pretty bad. One more, and we're going to get into the text.
I have one, John. I'm going to try to brief it up, but it's me trying to focus on listings this year. So this is a FSBO, and I initially reached out to her, followed up last week, and she responded that it's under contract. So I said, that's wonderful for you. Congratulations. I'll plan to follow up next week. And I put allows time for buyer to have their inspection completed, just in case you have any questions. She said it's not necessary because I mentioned I already have a listing agent with whom I have committed. Best of luck to you. I responded, no worries. It's my absolute pleasure. Please share my number with your listing agent. I would love the opportunity to speak with him or her. And in that, I just thought of, no does not live in my vocabulary.
There you go. There you go. Right up until that thing closes, they have an opportunity to discover new information. It would cause them to make a new decision.
Ellie, did you ask them where they're moving to? Do they need an agent?
Oh, I did not.
There you go. Good job, Alex.
Okay, that's why I get paid that minimum wage.
Well, that's why you're taking over the call for me when I'm on vacation.
I'm just babysitting it. I'm not taking it over.
All right. All right. All right. Love it. All right, guys, I'm in page 90 something. 94 of the 12-week year, right? And holy cow, by the way, on another subject, read this book.
11 million people. How do you know?
Read this book.
How do you kill?
So powerful. It took me an hour to read it. And that means it'll take you 30 minutes to read it.
That's the book that you featured on Facebook this morning, right?
It is.
Who is
It
that?
is. Andy Andrews. Read this book. That's all I'm gonna say is read this book.
How do you kill? Okay.
Yeah. Horrible title, right?
Yes.
And real, by the way.
Oh,
And read this book.
okay.
It'll really open your eyes and you'll look at things differently. All right, page 94, effective plan structure, the bottom of the page. A good plan starts with a good goal. If your goal is not specific or measurable, by the way, specific, if Monica's listening to me, that's a word that is hard for me to say. I used to say pacifically, and she would say, you mean like the ocean? I'm like, all right, I'll get it. I'll get it right, specifically. There we go. All right, a good plan starts with a good goal. If your goal is not specific or measurable, the plan that you write will also be vague. The more specific and measurable your 12-week goals, the easier it will be to write a solid 12-week plan. Now, on the following page, he goes on to share there are 5 criteria that will help you create better 12-week plans when you are writing goals and tactics. So write these down. Criteria number 1, make them specific. We're going to have to find a new word. Make them specific and measurable. Quantify and qualify what success looks like. Criteria number 2, state them positively. Focus on what you want to happen that is positive. Criteria number 3, ensure they are a realistic stretch. If you have never asked for a business referral in your life, a tactic like ask for referrals in every client interaction might be a bridge too far. A more realistic tactic that will still be a stretch might be ask for a referral in at least one client meeting each week. Tactic number 4, assign accountability. Everyone's challenge is no one's challenge. Everyone's challenge is no one's challenge. Now, tactic number 5, be time bound. There is nothing like a deadline to get things started and keep them moving. In addition to the previous criteria, each tactic should start with a verb, action, be a complete sentence, and be executable as written in the week that it is due. Now, yesterday, Jason Abrams asked me about the 312 gratitude walks that I am going to be on in 2021. First of all, I wasn't expecting that. Somebody must have pointed out a Facebook post to him. And you guys know, because we've been hanging out for the last 12 months, that's actually a pretty easy goal. In order to go on 312 gratitude walks, I simply need to walk 6 days a week. So today is the 12th. Do I have the date right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm at 10 walks so far. Now that means when I walk tomorrow and when I walk Thursday, 14 days or 2 weeks into my 12-week year, I will have walked 10 out of 12 days. That puts me on track for 312 walks in 2021. It's not actually that hard. Now, if I just say I'm going to go on 312 gratitude walks in 2021 and I don't have a plan to do it, it's not going to happen. Now, do you guys want to hear a response to, you know what, I'll save that till the end because I don't want you to forget what I just shared with you. Tell me what you've heard so far.
You know what you want to do, you know your goal, and you have a plan in place.
Okay. Okay. That's right. And your plan, if you look at it from a GPS point of view, are the 5 strategies that you're going to do daily, that you track daily and you track weekly. And as long as you hit those 5 tactics, then the destination is assured. It's being on a journey with a destination that is assured. And it's, again, it's simple. It's not easy, and it's simple. One of those tactics is to have 20 real estate conversations. So at the end of the week, if I've had 100 real estate conversations, am I on track?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah? Yeah. If I've had 80 out of 20, is that still a good number? The answer is yes.
Yeah.
80 is a good number. 80 is a lot more than what most people are having. However, I'm 20 short, and 20 short over 52 weeks, you could do the math and figure out how many conversations I'm not having. 52 times 10.
520.
520. And if it takes 100 conversations to get a listing appointment, Camille, how many times does 100 go into 520?
5.
And if your average commission is $10,000, how much money are you not making because you had 80 conversations and not 100 conversations?
$50,000.
$50,000. So falling short of that goal costs you, of that strategy, of that tactic, cost you $50,000. Okay, who's next? What did you hear?
John, assigning it to everyone is assigning it to no one. It kind of reminds me of church. When you want somebody to do something, you don't get up in the pulpit and announce, oh yeah, we're having such and such and we'd love all volunteers. You got to go talk to people face to face, because if you ask them to do something face to face, they're much less likely to turn you down.
There you go, Valerie. And I'll add to that. What I've always told people that have been in business with me is leading is doing. And if I want people to do something, I have to do it. Matter of fact, I have to do it at a higher level than they are. The agents that were a part of the Dietz team, my challenge to them was, this is what I'm going to do. And my challenge is to all of you is to keep up with me. Good luck.
I also love how it says too that each tactic should start with a verb, because a habit that I'm trying to change is jotting down quickly what needs to be accomplished, but starting with a verb just immediately shows me that action that I need to take. So it's something minor, but to me it's pretty major, because it changes the entire way that I set my goals. Are so much more specific, so much more actionable to me that way. So I appreciate that tidbit a lot.
There you go, Melissa. And a habit that I am trying to change, I want you to change that to a habit that I am changing, because your subconscious is listening to you, and so your subconscious is hearing it's okay if you don't.
Right, that's true.
I heard state them positively. That it should not be a negative. Instead of trying to focus on, it says, rather than focusing on a 2% error rate, you would target a 98% accuracy rate.
There you go. Yes. Mark Victor Hansen in Success Principles says that we should state our goals in future tense positive affirmation. In other words, rather than setting a goal of losing 20 pounds, set a goal that states, for me, for you, this wouldn't be what you would say, but for me, and my ideal body weight for the body that God gave me, my non-football playing body weight is 210 pounds. When I was playing football, it was 245 pounds, but my non-football ideal weight is 210 pounds. So rather than setting a goal to lose 20 pounds, I could write out that I am happy and healthy at my ideal weight of 210 pounds.
How about I will weigh 210 pounds by July 11th?
That's fine too. Yep.
For me, it's the realistics, because sometimes we put like goals too high and it's not realistic. So I think this is a very big challenge to find the realistic ones.
Realistic and a stretch. Don't make them too easy, because you'll ignore them.
No, I know, but I always do like too high. And sometimes I realize that it's not realistic. So,
we all do. We all do.
Yeah.
We all do. All right. So I want to close with this. The objection that I was faced with yesterday was, I'm paying cash and I want to offer less money because I'm paying cash. Right?
Okay.
That was it. Alex, you ready? Sure. So Alex,
John,
am I the buyer or the seller? You're my buyer. The asking price is $500,000. Alex, what's the offer look like that you would like to make on this property?
John, I'm coming in with a boatload of cash. I want to go ahead and offer cash. Because I have cash, I think we ought to get a discount. Okay,
I can appreciate that. So in looking at properties in this price range, homes are selling in less than 30 days on the market for an average of 98% of the asking price. And that's real. That's what's going on our market today, Alex. So my question to you is, if you had an offer from a buyer who was financed and they were pre-approved and they were going to close in 30 days at 98% or $490,000, or you had a cash offer of $450,000, which offer would you accept?
I understand where you're coming from with that, John, but I got cash. I'm not going to have any of the hiccups that I have to worry about with financing.
Totally cool. And if you had two offers to choose from, one was financing at $490,000 with a pre-approval, closing in 30 days, or $450,000 in cash, closing in 30 days. Which offer would you want to take?
Obviously, I'd want to take the one with the more money.
Mm-hmm. So here's what cash is going to do for you. Cash is going to make you more competitive when there's multiple offers. If I'm a seller and I have two offers, one at $490 and one at $488, and the $488,000 offer is cash, then I'm going to be inclined to take that offer.
So
however, the difference, go ahead.
If you come in and say 480 and let them negotiate a little bit, might that help?
We can make an offer at $480,000. Now, if they have another offer at $490 and they choose not to negotiate with you, in other words, they accept the offer at $490, are you going to get a chance to negotiate?
Can't you scream that it's cash?
I can scream it. And what do you want to do?
I want the house.
So what should we do?
I'll go with what you say.
And what is that?
We'll come in at 488 and hope that we got it.
Okay, there we go. Now, I can make it more complicated. And guys, here's the beauty about scripts. I write scripts every day. And scripts don't need to be blah, blah, blah when blah works. They don't need to be complicated. Matter of fact, the more simple they are, the more effective they are.
So basically, if I'm the buyer, I'm going to look at it this way, that I have offers coming in. If it's a financing, it's pre-approved. It's pretty much cash as it is. So I have one at cash financing and one at cash. You know, bottom line is what's going to come to my bank. And I'm hoping that the person that's doing the financing had done all their homework. So I'll still take the more money.
The script that the young lady used to beat me, and I loved it, was everything is cash at the closing table.
Exactly.
Powerful. It's powerful. By the way, just out of curiosity, what's the tax benefit to paying cash?
Don't know. Is there a tax benefit to paying cash?
There's no benefit.
I don't think there is one.
There is no benefit.
That's what you're supposed to self-discover when I ask the question.
Financing is where you get the tax deduction.
Ah, there you go. So who's winning? Who's actually making money or saving money, the buyer or the seller in a cash offer?
Buyer.
The buyer.
The buyer.
The buyer.
The biggest cost of owning a home is when you finance it is the mortgage. It's not necessarily the price that you put on it, because it's the mortgage payments. That's what makes it so expensive, because you're paying that over 30 years.
There you go, Sarah.
Interest, yeah.
Change the way you look at things you look at change. Okay, give me a couple ahas and we're going to check out. It's 8:58.
Don't give you a few beers and ask you to say specific.
Yeah, right?
No beer for
Everything is cash at the closing table.
Say that again.
Everything is cash at the closing table.
Everything is cash at the closing table. Powerful script.
Yeah,
It
that was.
Lance, I agree. However, the flip side of that is getting them to the closing table.
Right.
There you go.
That is also important.
So, I mean, as far as the cash goes or financing, you still have to go through inspections. And if there's a bump in the road with the inspections, they have to go ahead and negotiate that. Whereas with cash, you don't really necessarily have that problem.
Possible.
Possible. Some cash buyers should be getting an appraisal. You should, which a lot of cash buyers don't do.
Right.
But the ones that do want an appraisal, they're not playing. They're not willing to pay more than the appraisal price.
The bottom line, though, is that if it's cash, it's the buyer that makes the decisions. If it's financing, you have a lender somewhere along the way that still has the ability to pull the plug. That's the difference between the two when all is said and done.
Yeah,
Right.
You just add a third party.
Agreed.
Perfect. Everything you guys said is awesome. Everything you said is awesome. And I'll close with this. What you guys were talking about reminded me of another script that I haven't used in a long time. In order to sell your home once, we have to sell your home 3 times. We need to sell it to the buyer, we need to sell it to the buyer's agent, and we need to sell it to the appraiser. Now, the buyer is emotionally involved because they want to buy your home. The real estate agent working with that buyer is emotionally involved because they want to get a commission check. The appraiser really doesn't care. And we're not going to sell your home for more than appraised value. All right, guys, time to get to work.
What is work? Work is 20 conversations a day, not 19, not 18 or 17 conversations. When you have 17 conversations and you stop because it's close enough, you have settled. The 18th conversation could have been $1 million listing that you did not get and you didn't know because you didn't make the call. Do not settle. Go, Chandra.
Purpose of the call. It's to make care calls, not sales calls. Always lead with gratitude. Remember to say, thank you for taking my call. I appreciate you. Bring value to every single conversation. Go, Diane.
Diane, you're on a mute.
Every day in every conversation, focus on getting one face-to-face appointment with someone who wants to sell real estate, getting a referral, adding one person to my database. Go, Melissa.
Set non-negotiable standards, live up to those standards. 20 conversations a day is a standard. One face-to-face appointment per day is a standard. Adding one person to my database every single day is a standard. Find someone today that is thinking of buying or selling real estate, whether it's 3 months from now, 6 months from now, or 1 year from now. It doesn't matter because I will need those listings a year from now. I'm looking for opportunity, period, not opportunity today, opportunity, period. Go, Sarah.
Go, Shoshana. Because I have entered those 250 people into my pipeline, I will follow up with them forever because I reject rejection. No is not a word that lives in my vocabulary. No simply means not yet. Because I followed up every single day, I created emotional proximity. People do not change their mind. They make a new decision based on new information. And since I have emotional proximity, they made a new decision and hired me. I keep calling because success is absolutely guaranteed. Make it a great day.
Love it. Love it. Love it. You guys rock. You really, really do. I am so proud of this group. Hey, by the way, check in with me. Let me know how you're doing on track in reference to your 12-week GPS. For those of you who took the 12-week challenge to list 1 home per week, for example, over the first 12 weeks, let me know how you're doing. I'm here to support you. Tomorrow morning at 8:30, right here. Thursday morning, right here. I just won't be right here.
Thank you, John.
And make it a great day.
Have a great
Thank you.
vacation, John.
Have a great day. Have an awesome vacation. Make it a great day, everybody.
Thank you.
Ciao. Thank you.
Thank you.